auto scan, auto program, or auto tuning. Press select or enter or OK to start the scan. When the device says scanning is complete, accept the channels found and close the menus.
You're watching St. Lucia's only 100% digital television station, Hot 7 TV.
Welcome to a special broadcast of My Plate, a Healthy Plate. In these 3 episodes, host nutritionist Lisa Hunt will share some simple and practical tips on planning healthy, nutritious meals for your family. Stay tuned.
We are working parents,
and we breastfed both babies exclusively.
Moi fais 6 chiches, moi ba yo tout tete ki yo tout ni bon sevel.
Mother's breast milk is naturally the best milk for baby. Love yourself and love your baby.
We were breastfed and we are healthy.
Breastfeeding saves me money and it's free.
Every moment I breastfeed strengthens the bond between me and my baby.
I breastfed twin boys and lost all my baby fat.
We were breastfed,
and we have breast milk power.
I am Pastor Alvin, and I support breastfeeding.
For more information, call the Nutrition Unit of the Ministry of Health and Wellness at 468-5359.
Good day, viewers, and welcome to our very first episode of Healthy Pits for Healthy Lives. I am Lisa Hunt, your nutritionist, and I will be sharing with you today some simple and practical tips on how to plan healthy, nutritious, and balanced meals for your family. So we'll be looking at the plate model. What is the plate model? It is basically a simple model which illustrates how to plan a healthy meal. So basically you have your plate, and half of this plate would be your fruits and vegetables or just vegetables. It can be raw vegetables as in a salad, or it can be steamed vegetables. The other quarter of the plate will be your staples, whether it's your provisions, breadfruits, plantain, whichever you desire. And the next quarter will be your protein source. Now that could come from your plant-based protein or your animal protein or both. So now we are going to prepare a breakfast looking at the plate model. So we already have our staple, which is sliced bread, and we are going to add some vegetables. So we have some cucumber, some lettuce, and some tomatoes. Now, when you are having your vegetables, you want to ensure that you have variety. So if today you have tomatoes and cucumbers, next day you can have lettuce, you can have carrots or cabbage, and the more color a fruit or vegetable has is the more potent it is in phytonutrients. And so you want to ensure that you're having different colors. So we have half our plates with the vegetables. Now we are going to have a protein source. So we have hard-boiled egg today. And so today we have in the protein, which is your egg, but you want to have variety. So while you have egg today, you can have tuna fish tomorrow. You can have sardines next day if you're vegetarian and you don't consume those food items. You can also have your peanut butter, your hummus, whatever you desire. Okay, so we're having hard-boiled egg today. Next day you can have it scrambled. So in this plate we have our protein sauce, which is our hard-boiled egg. You have the sliced bread, then you have your vegetables, and you also have the fat sauce, which is from the avocado, which is plant-based fat. Okay, so this is our plate model for our healthy breakfast. Now we are going to use the plate model for your lunch. When planning your meals, in order for it to be balanced, it is important that you choose from the 6 food groups and make sure that you have variety. So whatever you select today, you may have something else tomorrow. As you know, different foods from the different food groups have different nutrients. And so we have our fruit group here, which has the melons, we have mangoes, we also have orange and yellow. We have different fruits. So the different colors tend to have different phytochemicals, which helps to prevent diseases. So we also have our staples, which include our provisions, also includes breads, crackers, our cereals like oats, etc. And so this will form the bulk of the diet in terms of providing energy. They provide carbohydrates to our body to give us energy. Then you have the vegetable group, which is very important. It's one of the groups that we are lacking in St. Lucia in our diet, and we want to ensure that we have more vegetables. We have an array of vegetables here. We have okra, which is extremely high in fiber. If you want to ensure that you help to reduce your cholesterol, you want to have high fiber foods, and vegetables and fruits are good for that. We have our peppers, we have cucumber, tomatoes, carrots, and when you are planning your meals, make sure that you are using local foods because you want to ensure that the food is close to your plate. Then we move on to the next food group. We have our the legumes and nuts, and also seeds form in that group. This food group, you want to have variety. They're very high in protein. It's a good protein source, especially for people who do not consume animal foods. It is high in fiber, high in minerals, high in potassium. So persons with high blood pressure, you want to focus on that food group because it will help to reduce your blood pressure, just as well as fruits and vegetables. So there we have our seeds. We have pumpkin seeds, these are packed with nutrients and proteins. And you have your almonds. So you want to ensure that you have this food group, if not every day, but at least 4 times for the week. Then we have our food from animals. So we have our sardines, which is very healthy, high in protein. So you can have some fish, you can have some chicken, you can have your dairy, which is your cheese and your eggs. This food group you will get your iron from. You will also get your proteins and fats as well. Then we have our fats and oils. This food group you have we have your oil. So the oil can be coconut oil, it can be olive oil, it can be from vegetable-based oils. Or you can have avocado, which is a very healthy fat. It is high in what we call monounsaturated fat, which helps to reduce the bad cholesterol and increase the good cholesterol. So this is very healthy for us to add to our diets. You also have coconuts. Coconut is also a fat, which is a healthy form of fat in our diet. So these are the 6 food groups. You want to ensure that you have at least 5 of them when you are planning your meals. You can have all in one sitting, or you can spread them out throughout the day, your breakfast, lunch, dinner, and even your snacks. When you are having snacks for you and your children, you want to ensure that you are thinking of the food groups when you are planning snacks for children. So let's see how we are going to put a healthy plate together using our plate model. So today we have stir-fry vegetables. So we have a cooked vegetable, and we also have a salad, which is raw vegetable. So in this salad, there is cucumber. It is called a mango and mango, cucumber, and tomato salad. So in there's a little bit of black pepper. We have some a little bit of herbs, local herbs in there. We have some sliced chopped mango, cucumbers, tomato, and also some red peppers and some garlic as well. So you want to ensure you have half of the plate of with vegetables, like I said before. So we have our stir fry and we have so this is half of our plate. Okay, so on quarter of the plate, you want to ensure you have some protein sauce. So today we have chickpeas. So we have some chickpeas, which is cooked. Chickpeas can be very, very hard, so you want to ensure that you soak it overnight, or else you'll be using a lot of gas. So we have quarter with our chickpeas, and also, so remember, quarter of the plate must be the protein sauce. So we have the chickpeas, and we also have some curry chicken. And I love curry chicken. So we have curry chicken today, so 2 pieces should be enough, because we already have some protein sauce from the beans. And the next quarter, you want to ensure that you have your your staples. So today we have some sliced plantain, which with a little bit of cinnamon to give it flavor. Now I know St. Lucians, we tend to like fry plantain. So a way to cut back on the oil, what you can do is use a non-stick pan with a little bit of oil, and then you can slice it very thinly so it can cook. So this is what I did today. So you can have about, because it is sliced so thinly, you can have a little bit more. So we have this, and we also have some breadfruit slices. There you have it, folks. This is your healthy plate. And as you can see, this plate is very colorful. It has yellow, it has green, it has cream, it has red, it has purple. So all of those colors will be adding nutrients to your body. And so this is what we are speaking about when we speak about when we talk about using the plate model to ensure that your meal is balanced. And just ensure that you have variety. Now, your meal doesn't have to look like this every day. This is more for demonstration to see how you can incorporate all the 6 food groups on one plate. However, you can incorporate your 6 food groups throughout the meals, throughout the day, whether it's breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Okay, so here is our final healthy plate, which is well balanced. As you can see, there are many colors. We have red, we have green, we have orange, we have purple. So all those colors indicate that they are high in nutrients and they are high in what you call phytochemicals, which helps to protect you from heart disease. And so whilst this incorporates all the 6 food groups, because we have our fats there, we have our protein source, we have our vegetables and our fruits, you can improvise by using 1 or 2 vegetables. You don't have to have all of those vegetables that I have there. Sometimes it's not possible. And so you just want to ensure at least having one of the food groups, at least one of the, whether you have, for example, if you have tomato and carrot, that could be your vegetable for the day. So next day you can change to have 2 others or even 1. But you want to ensure that you are adding variety every single day. So I'm going to leave you with some simple and practical tips when you are planning your meals. Make sure that you plan ahead. This helps to save time, energy, and money. And so that also helps you to know what is it that you need before you go to do your shopping. So you must ensure that you have a grocery list of all the items that you would need for the meals that you have planned. Ensure that you buy food that is fresh, local, and in season, because it's going to be cheaper and it's going to be more nutrient dense. The fresher the foods are, the more nutrient dense they are. Ensure that you plan using the 6 food groups, as I have already showed you here, that you use the 6 food groups to plan. You can also prepare your meals in batches and store it in the refrigerator or in the freezer for the rest of the week, or you can prep. So if you do not cook in batches, you can prep your food where you wash it, you chop it, and you leave it in the refrigerator, so it makes it easier to prepare the meal the next day. When you're planning your meals, make sure you have variety. You want to think of colors, the different colors, and you want to change the fruits and the vegetables and the foods in the food group so you can get all the nutrients that you need, because different colors and different foods tend to have different nutrients, and so you need the variety. It is important that you use the plate model, as it will help you to make better choices. It will help you to save time and money for your family's health. Remember, we eat not to satisfy hunger, but to nourish our bodies. Start by making small changes, 1 or 2 tips, and then you build from there, as it's going to have a bigger impact. Thank you for watching Healthy Plates for Healthy Lives. I am Lisa Hunt, and see you next time, where I will discuss portion sizes.
Welcome back to Real Men Take Charge, guys. Real Men Check Up.
To all my listeners out there, visit a men's health clinic in your area today.
PSA checkups are now free.
It's private, it's quick, it's efficient, and convenient.
Music touches the soul, but health keeps the rhythm going. Fellas, it's time to check your PSA levels. It's free, it's simple, it can save your life.
Brothers, do you not know that your bodies are the temples of the Holy Spirit? Let us be wise stewards of our lives. Prostate test saves lives. Let us not wait until it is too late.
To be a champion, you need to show up for yourself. I'm encouraging every man to take the step. Get checked. Stay strong. Do it for the team. Do it for your family.
My daddy is a hero, and I want him around for a very long time. Daddy, if you care about me, please take care of your health.
I faced colon and prostate cancer head on, and I'm still standing. Early detection saved my life. If I can do it, so can you. Don't wait. Get tested. It's free, it's simple, and it will definitely save your life also.
Real men.
Real men.
Real men take charge.
Real men check up.
Every bed in our hospitals tells a story of someone's mother, someone's brother, someone's friend. And when that story of care is complete, it's time for the next chapter, home. But too often, discharged patients are left waiting hours, days, weeks, sometimes months, not because they want to stay, but because no one comes. We understand life gets busy, but every extra day they wait means another patient, perhaps in pain, perhaps in crisis, can't get the bed they desperately need. So when the call comes that your loved one is ready, please be ready too. Pick them up, bring them back to the comfort of family, where healing truly continues. Because caring doesn't end at discharge, it continues with you. A message from the Ministry of Health, Wellness and Elderly Affairs.
Good day, viewers. Welcome to My Plate, a Healthy Plate. I am Lisa Hunt, your nutritionist. So today we are going to discuss portion sizes and serving sizes. Yes, I know it's confusing, but there is a difference. A serving size is a standard measurement, whereas a portion size is what you choose to eat. So today we'll be looking at serving sizes of different foods that we eat every day. We're going to begin with our staple for our breakfast. So if you're having crackers, you will have a serving size would be 6 crackers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if you have 12 crackers, you're having 2 servings. If you're having bake or a whole wheat bread, as you can see, this is 1 serving. If you're having a bake that is this size, you're having 2 servings. So in order to have 1 serving, you would have to have half of that bake. So that's 1 serving. If you're having sliced bread, you'll be having 1 sliced bread will be 1 serving. If you're having 2 sliced bread, it is 2 servings. So servings is a standard measurement, whereas portion size is the amount that you choose to eat. So if you choose to eat 3 slices of bread, you'll be having 3 servings of bread. Same goes for your protein source. So if you have 1 egg, would be a serving. If we're having cheese, now we can use our hands to show portion sizes because not everybody would have a measuring cup or measuring spoon. So the way you would know you're having an ounce of cheese is to cut it into little dice. So you have about 4 dices of cheese. This would be equivalent to 1 ounce. Okay, so you can use household measurements. For peanut butter, you can use like about a thumb if you don't have a teaspoon. So this is 1 tablespoon. And always pay attention to the serving size. While we do have standard measurements for servings, different companies will have their own serving size on their food product. So for peanut butter, you will see 1 tablespoon would be a serving, and this is 1 tablespoon. However, if you do not have a tablespoon, you can use your thumb as a measurement. One tablespoon of peanut butter. If you're having nuts, so you're having some walnuts, you can use your hand as a measurement. So you fist your hand, and this is about a serving of almonds. You can also do this for cashews, 1 serving. And the same for peanuts. Okay, so our hands can be used as a measurement if we do not have measuring spoons and measuring cups. And this will help us to control the amount that we consume. If we're having cereal, this is a locally made cereal. A serving size of cereal is about a cup. This is half a cup. So if you have a cup, you could put 2 of this. Now, if you're having oats, this would be about half a cup. When you add your milk to the oats, it will come to a cup. Now, most persons, this is 1 serving of cereal. Most persons would not measure the cereal, and they would probably just take the cereal and just pour. And so what would happen is that you'll be having maybe 2 servings and not realize, okay? Because it depends on the size of the bowl. Now, one way to cut your servings is to look at, your portion sizes is to look at the size of the plate. If you realize that this plate is a smaller size as compared to that plate. So if we were to put a cup of cereal or 1 cup of cereal, yeah. This is half a cup. when you look at the plate, it looks like it's, you know, it's almost half already. So it's look like it's full. When you look at this plate, it looks like the portion is much smaller. So what happens, people tend to put more, and that's when you tend to overeat. And that's why we always advise persons to use a smaller plate if they want to control their portion sizes. Okay, so now we are going to look at the serving sizes of fruits. So you can have one medium or small banana as a serving of your fruits. You can also have some plums, some yellow plums. Again, you can use your hand as, you know, the serving size. Not saying that you can only have one serving, I'm just showing the measurement. So this would be approximately half a cup. So that's about eight plums. So if you have 16 plums, you've had 2 servings. So for our watermelon, we want to have 1 cup of watermelon. So I'm just going to cube it so we can look at what 1 cup looks like. And just remember that because it's 1 serving, it doesn't mean that you have to only have 1 serving. Your serving would depend, your serving size would depend on your activity level, whether you are male or female, your age, and other factors like this. So usually, as nutritionists, we usually calculate your serving size to give you the number of calories that you need. So let's look at a cup of watermelon. So this is about a cup, and so this is equivalent to the size of this. So you can eyeball it because it's a guide. It's not absolute, but it's a guide. So this would be a serving. However, if you have 2 of this, you would be having 2 servings. So now we'll be looking at serving sizes in lunch items. So for lunch, we have plantain. You know, sometimes it might be difficult to know what a serving size is. So what I did was I actually chopped the plantain. So this would give you about half a cup of plantain. So the equivalent of this would be about 4 small slices of plantain. So you can eyeball it. So 4 small slices of plantain would be equivalent to half a cup. So that would be 1 serving. Let's remove the watermelon, make some space, and also the banana. So we're looking at half a cup of a banana. That's a green banana. Would be equivalent to 1 serving. 1 serving of each of those foods. It does not mean that you only need to have 1 serving. Your serving sizes will depend on the amount of calories you need for the day, the total number of calories that you need for a day. And a nutritionist can help you to determine how much calories you need for the day. Okay, so now we are going to look at our protein source. Have some baked chicken here. Ooh, piping hot. So in order to measure how much protein or chicken, if we're using chicken today, how much you need for a serving, you're looking at about 3 ounces of meat. And we have, so you can use your hand as a measurement, or you can use the, this is 1 drumstick. So that would be 1 serving size, 1 medium drumstick. If you are using like a thigh, you know, the thigh is almost the size of your palm without your fingers. So that would be like a measure to know how much is a serving. And for a wing, a medium-sized wing would be 1 serving as well. Pumpkin. So we have some baked pumpkin. And so a cup of pumpkin would be 1 serving size. Pumpkin is a vegetable. That will make about a cup. So I'm using half a cup here. So about 3 pieces would be considered half a cup. Yes. Okay. We are going to remove this. It's a bit hot. we can have a tomato. So a medium-sized tomato is a serving. So we can slice this tomato. Make sure you wash your tomato. You can either slice it or you can dice it, whichever you like. And that would be a serving size. Now, we spoke about having, you know, more veggies, so you can have more than that if you so desire. So looking at this plate, this is a smaller plate. It actually looks quite full. Now, when you look at the bigger plate, it looks, as you can see, there is an additional serving of staples. There's an additional serving of, 2 additional servings of protein sauce. One is a meat and one is peas. And so both plates look like, okay, this is what probably somebody would have for a meal. However, because this plate is larger, what you find is that you would end up taking more food. And this is why, if you want to cut back on your portion sizes, it is important that you use a smaller plate. It tends to fool our eyes. So let's look at some tips that will help you to reduce your portion sizes. Firstly, you want to look at the size of the plate that you're going to have. You want to choose a smaller plate or a smaller bowl. It is important that you read your labels because the labels will tell you how much serving size is in that package. And if there are more than 1 serving size, most likely we'll be consuming twice the amount of calories that is in that package. Also, it is important that you do not eat the foods directly from the package, like nuts, chips. Pour these foods in a container so you'll pay attention to how much that you are consuming. When you're having your meals, it is important that you drink water firstly. It will help you to cut back on the amount that you are consuming. While you are eating, chew slowly. Pause between your meals. Chances are you may be full and you'll continue eating. This will also help to cut back on the amount of food that you are consuming. When you go out to eat, most times restaurants serve 2 to 3 times the servings that you should be having. So you can do 2 or 3 things. You can share the meal, or you can take a half portion, or you can take some to go home with. In that way, you'll be cutting back the amount of food that you are consuming. Is your plate a healthy one? Eat smart, eat healthy, eat balanced. Remember, serving size is a guideline. Portion size is your choice. Choose wisely. I am Lisa Hunt, your nutritionist. See you next time on My Plate, a Healthy Plate, where we'll be discussing healthy snacks, beverages, and salads using locally grown produce.
When it comes to building a healthy lifestyle, the foundation often begins right at home. The choices we make in our kitchens and dining rooms not only fuel our bodies, but also shape long-lasting habits for the entire family. By creating a supportive environment around food and daily routines, families can strengthen their overall wellness and set the stage for healthier, happier lives. Here are some tips to build nutritional wellness at home to support overall health. Prioritize fruits and vegetables. Serve a variety of fresh, frozen, or canned fruits and vegetables. Encourage trying new ones by letting children pick them at the grocery store or supermarket. Include whole grains. Incorporate whole grains into your family's eating plan. Choose healthy proteins. Opt for lean meats, poultry, fish, lentils, and beans. Use healthy fats. Select good fats found in nuts, seeds, and some plant-based oils. Limit processed foods. Minimize highly processed items which are often high in added sugars, salts, and unhealthy fats. Cook together. Involve children in meal planning and cooking to teach them valuable skills and encourage them to try new foods. Eat meals as a family. Share meals at home regularly to spend time together and create healthy habits. Plan ahead. Schedule a weekly time to plan meals, which also gives everyone a chance to share their ideas. Be a role model. Children are more likely to adopt healthy eating habits if they see their parents doing the same. Stock healthy snacks. Keep fruits, vegetables, and other healthy options like yogurt and whole grain crackers readily available. Drink water. Replace sugary beverages with unsweetened options, making water the main drink for your family. Get active together. Turn physical activity into a family affair, such as walks or bike rides to promote fitness and create lasting memories. Prioritize sleep. Establish regular bedtime routines to ensure everyone gets adequate sleep, which supports overall health and well-being. Nutritional wellness at home isn't about strict rules. It's about balance, creativity, and consistency. When families make healthy meals enjoyable, stay active together, and maintain positive routines, wellness becomes a natural part of daily life. Start small, stay committed, and remember, each step you take as a family brings you closer to a healthier future.
We are working parents,
and we breastfed both babies exclusively.
Moi fais 6 chiches, moi ba yo tout tete ki yo tout ni bon sevel.
Mother's breast milk is naturally the best milk for baby. Love yourself and love your baby.
We were breastfed and we are healthy.
Breastfeeding saves me money and it's free.
Every moment I breastfeed strengthens the bond between me and my baby.
I breastfed twin boys and lost all my baby fats.
We were breastfed! And we have breast milk power.
I am Pastor Alvin, and I support breastfeeding.
For more information, call the Nutrition Unit of the Ministry of Health and Wellness at 468-5359.
Welcome back to My Plate, a Healthy Plate. My name is Lisa Hunt, your nutritionist. So today we'll be making a healthy salad, a vegetable salad, a fruit salad, and some healthy snacks like mango bread, banana bread, and pumpkin bread. Yes, I said it. So the reason we are having this today is because we want to show that your snacks can also be healthy, balanced, and have variety. And so we have an array of different vegetables, fruits, we have nuts and seeds that we are going to make a healthy and balanced salad. Let's begin. So we will get our plates. We have our tomatoes, which I'm going to cut into cubes. You know, tomato is bright red. We want our colors when we are making our salad. Like I have said before, the more colors vegetable has or fruit has, is the more potent it is and more phytonutrients and antioxidants it has, which is good for our heart. Next, we are going to add green. We're going to add some lettuce. We have our greens, which is high in vitamin K, helps to clot our blood. I'm just going to chop this. And then we're going to add to our plate. So we have some green, we have some red, and we also have some cabbage here. So what I want to show you is that we can make a variety of salads by just using different vegetables. So let's begin. So take some lettuce, then we're gonna add some corn. So whatever you like, if you like corn, you can add some corn to it. If you like beets, so there we have our yellow. If you like beets, you can have your sliced beets, or you can chop the beets into small cubes. Now beets is very red, very good for your blood, high in iron, and it also helps to detox your body. But be careful, you must probably have to use gloves because it can stain your hands. See, it's like red like blood, oh. But it's very healthy for the body. Okay, so we have some red, we have yellow, we have purple. You can add some carrots. Okay. So here is our first salad plate, and we are going to make another one. Okay, so this time we are going to use some cabbage. Take some cabbage here. Making a little mess, but that's okay. We're in the kitchen. Cabbage, okay. What should we add next? We can add some mango. So we have some chopped mango here. If you like mangoes, it gives it a little sweet flavor. Okay, so you can add any fruit that you desire. We also have some pineapple. Okay, so we can also add some lettuce if you desire, or you can leave it out. We also can add some dry fruits and nuts to make it, more balanced. Okay, so we have some dry fruit here, some raisins. We have some nuts. We have some cheese. Now, for some persons, they may not want to add all of these things in the salad, but if you are having a salad as a meal, it is okay because you will have all the 6 food groups in one salad. I have done it for myself, so you can try it. So we can add some of the raisins in there. You can add some cheese. You can add feta. It can be quite expensive, so we're using cheddar cheese. You can also add some nuts. Yes, and we will make a healthy vinaigrette to add to this salad. So now we have 2 variations. Now we are going to make a simple vinaigrette, which is healthier than the store-bought ones, because the ones in the store, they're usually high in fat and sugar and additives, and so you don't want to put these things in your body. So we are going to start with some vegetable oil, black pepper, and chopped garlic and onion. Now, you can make your vinaigrette however you want. If you want to make it flavored, you can add some fruit juices to it, like pineapple juice, orange juice. You can add mango puree to give it a nice zing flavor. You can also add avocado puree. So it depends on what you like to make it flavorful. And also, if you blend it, it will actually be creamy. E pubali boti gu. Usa mette jimango, usa mette avocado nkwa kuye zaboka, usa puree, et qui kaibali a bon petit goût. Usa met un petit axel, usa met un petit honey, kwa kuye miel, pour bali goût et kwa mix tout bagay ensemble. So usa fait manie ouvli. Dele moun kani même bagay la et goût aka différent. So basically, 2 persons can have the same ingredients and the flavor would be different because of the quantity of what they put in there. So we're just going to give a splash of black pepper and about 2 tablespoons of oil. You can also use, instead of the lime, you can use vinegar if you so desire, or you can use lemon. Like I've said before, food is an art. About a tablespoon or 2 tablespoons. I would say about a tablespoon. It's quite thick. Yeah, it's very thick. So we're gonna add about a teaspoon. Mix well. And then we're gonna add a pinch of salt. So the sweetness, the sweet and the salty, well, not salty, but you have a little salt, you have sweetness, and you have savory. So that gives it a nice zing. So just a pinch, a little bit, that's it. Mix. And you can taste. Remember, you are cooking for your home, so you can taste and see if it tastes good. The honey is very thick, so I'll give it a little stir. So if after you taste you realize that it's a bit, it's missing a little bit of flavor, it will let you know whether it's sweetness or a little bit of salt. You can also add it. So let me just, so make a goûter. How much you buy? How much you buy? Let me see. It's tasting better. The honey is so thick. Oh, it's good. It's tasting good, people. Want to taste? Okay, so now we are going to put our vinaigrette over our salad. So we take a spoon. This will add some zing to your vegetable. Without the vinaigrette, it can be quite boring. This is just a sample. Now we are going to move on to making our fruit salad. So we only have 3 fruits today. You can have 1 fruit to make your fruit salad. You can have 2, you can have 3, you can have 4. However, be mindful of the serving and your portion. So we're now going to cut the honeydew to make some cubes, smaller pieces. So nous allons couper fruits nous. Si vous faites un salade pour ça manger pour snack ou voulez mettre un fruit ou ça mettez 2 ou ça mettez 3. Même si vous mettez 3, on pouvait quantité à mettre parce qu'on pas voulait un gros bowl salade. On est pour garder quantité à manger. Expressement si vous avez maladie, comme maladie chair, maladie diabetes, vous pouvez pisadou, et puis nous avons ça là, pineapple. So we have our pineapple. Now when you cut them into the same size, it actually looks uniform and nice. Pineapple can be sweet, sometimes it's quite sour. So adding something sweeter, like we have mango, which is usually sweet. Having those 3 can make it, together can make it quite tasty. So there we have some, this is our melon. So I say moulon. And we have our sweet mango. So we have tangy and sweet. And we have colors. I know we are missing a bit of a red color, but that's okay. You use what you have at your home. If you have something red like watermelon, you can add your watermelon. So this is your fruit salad. You can also add some beet in there to give it a nice little red flavor. And you can also add some nuts and fruits if you so desire. We have, same as the vegetable salad, we have some dried fruit. If you want, you can add to it. Oops. Let's do this, just to give it a little more color. So we can add some dry fruit there. We also have some seeds. This is sesame, no, this is sunflower seeds. We also have sesame seeds, and we have flax seeds. Those seeds are packed with nutrients, and so they are high in protein, they are high in fiber, and so adding them to your fruits, whether it's your fruit salad or your vegetable salad, will help to make your plate more balanced. There you go. And this ends the salad segment. We have our vegetable salad and our fruit salad. So 2 vegetable salads. And this is just fruits and some seeds. Another healthy snack option is a banana bread. So we have 3 varieties here. We have banana bread, a dark one, which is made with ripe bananas. Then we have pumpkin bread. Yes, pumpkin can make lovely yellow bread. And then we have mango. So all those mangoes we have wasting all around the place, we can make a lovely bread with it. And it's very healthy. Mango, as you can see, the colors are quite similar, but one is a fruit and one is a vegetable. So yes, people, there you have it. Your mango bread, your banana bread, and also your pumpkin bread. You can also make breads with, I've made it with plantain. You can make plantain bread. You can also make it with the other provisions. You know, food is an art, so you just try it out. Oh, I've also made sweet potato bread. So these are actually lovely. So I'm going to demonstrate how to make a banana bread. The recipe is actually the same. You're just going to substitute the banana for pumpkin or whichever vegetable or fruit that you have. So today I am going to be making pumpkin bread. So firstly, we are going to start with our wet ingredients. So we have a cup of mashed or pureed mango. Mango from my backyard, yes. Then we are going to add about a 1/3 cup of oil. You can use oil or you can use butter, whichever you choose, but I prefer to use the oil, vegetable oil. Let's make some space here. Okay, so you pour that in. We're going to use 2 eggs, 2 whole eggs. One. 2 eggs. We are going to whisk those eggs. Eggs help your bread to raise nicely and also add some nutritional value to your bread. And you are going to add it there. Some people make their breads in a variety of ways. Some people, they use a mixer, but I just mix everything together and it comes out fine. So you can make those breads for your children as part of their healthy snack instead of giving them packaged items like sweet biscuits that is high in additives, high in sugar, salt, and trans fats. That actually is very bad for our health. You know, heart disease starts from children, so you want to give your children and your family healthy snacks. So now it's mixed together. So now we have our flour. We have whole wheat flour and also a bit of flax seeds in there. So we are going to mix the flour, the dry, with the wet ingredients. We are basically going to fold it in. So you fold it in. And also in there is a bit of baking powder and baking soda. So about a teaspoon baking powder, 1 or 2 teaspoons, and baking soda about 1/2 teaspoon. if you put too much baking soda, it's gonna affect the flavor. I don't like too much baking soda in my breads, so I usually add more of the baking powder and a little bit of the baking soda. So to make your bread even tastier, so for example, this mango bread has coconut in there. You can add coconut, or you can also add nuts. So we have walnuts here, so you can add walnuts, or we can add coconuts. Have a bit of coconut here. You can also add raisins, or you can add chocolate chips for your children. This is gonna add to some sweetness. There's something I forgot, a bit of honey. So this one, these are very low in sugar. For this one, I add only 1 tablespoon of honey. The reason being is because mango is already sweet and it does not really need sugar. So, and if you add raisins, then you can omit the honey, okay? So this is what the mixture looks like. If we add a bit of raisins, and then you pour into your pan, your grease pan, and you bake for about 25 to 30 minutes. Depending on your oven, it might be a little more or less. And voila, this is what you would get. Lovely mango bread for your family. Let's taste. It's actually sweet. No need for sugar. So now we are going to look at some other healthy snack options for your family. So now we are going to make some vegetable sticks that you can use as a healthy option. So we are going to make some carrot sticks. Get your carrots, make sure you wash your carrots, cut it, you peel it. Carrots are so versatile. There are so many things you can make with carrots. You can make carrot bread as well. So you can give them carrot sticks as a healthy snack to go to school. So you cut in wedgie in half, and you just cut into, make some long. And you can serve this with some peanut butter. So you have the carrots. We'll also make it with some cucumber as well. Cut the sides. Make sure you wash your vegetable. So for these ones, we're going to make them a little shorter. Cut in half. So these short ones can be for children or for you adults, whatever you desire. If you want it this size, it could be fine. If you want it slimmer or smaller, you can cut out the insides. It looks a little better. So you have your green and your orange. Cucumber is very high in water. Cucumber, melons, and so they help to hydrate your body. Okay, so that's it for our sticks. You can serve it with hummus as well. Hummus is made with chickpeas, where you blend it. Cooked hummus, of course, and you can add your spices to it, like a little black pepper, some garlic, etc., whatever you like. So there you have it, folks. So this is another healthy snack. So now we are going to go to making what you call homemade granola using oats, coconut, and some nuts and seeds. So here we have oats that has been dehydrated in the oven with the coconut. I added some cinnamon, some nutmeg, and also some pineapple, some dehydrated pineapple as well. And you can add anything you want to your muesli. So this was in the oven for a few minutes to make sure it was dried, and we can add any nuts that you want. So now we have walnuts. You can add some walnuts, but it doesn't have to be walnuts. And you can add any nut that you desire. In there, you can add your seeds. So I have flax seeds and sesame seeds, so you can add this to it. If you don't have it, it's okay. I'm just giving you some things some options. You can add raisins or cranberry. If you don't like raisins or cranberry, you can leave that out. You can also add pumpkin seeds as well. I don't have pumpkin seeds here, but you can add pumpkin seeds. And all you do is you just mix them together. There you have it. We have nuts, we have some dried fruit, we have coconuts, we have oats. So you can use this as a breakfast item, your cereal with your milk. You can have it as a dinner item, or you can have it as a snack. So now I'm going to demonstrate how you can have this as a snack. So you can have it as what you call a parfait. So you have your glass. You know, you want to be a little fancy. So you add some. So we have some pineapple. So you can have pineapple, you can have mango, or any fruits that you desire. You chop it up into nice chunks, whichever size you like. It's big or small, it doesn't matter. You're going to put this at the bottom of your glass, whichever glass you have. Okay, then you're going to take your yogurt. It can be plain or flavored yogurt. You put your yogurt, and it's a very healthy snack for children. If you have plain, eating it with the fruit will add some sweetness. So you add some yogurt here. Now, if the fruit is a very bright color, like mango, it will show very nicely on there. And what you can do now is you add some of the granola on there with your nuts and your dried fruits. Yep, and this is a healthy snack for you and your children. Other options of snacks, we can have popcorn. You can make your homemade popcorn for your children. And you can also have some plantain, which is grilled plantain. Not fried. Fried can add a lot of fat. But you can use a non-stick pan or a cast iron and slice it nicely. So this too can be a snack. You can also dehydrate it as well, because you know we have chips from the package. But you can make it at your home where you're having your healthy snack. So there you have it, folks. There are many options that we have for healthy snacks. We do not need to be buying all those packaged items for our children or for ourselves, because we know they are high in sugar, fat, and salt. And so we want to ensure that we are having a healthy plate to ensure that we are living a healthy lifestyle, so we can use any food to become a snack. Thank you for watching My Plate, a Healthy Plate. See you next time, where I will present more healthy options. I am Lisa Hunt, your nutritionist. Merci pour avoir programme là. Nous kay wè en l'autre jour ko mou kay parler about manger qui kay nourriture quoi.
St. Lucia, you asked for it, and it's finally here. Hot 7 TV is now on Flow Cable Channel 117, the first fully high-definition local channel in St. Lucia. Catch your favorite movies, intriguing documentaries, chart-busting music videos, and the ever-compelling midday and evening edition of the Hot 7 News, all in crisp, high-definition quality. Welcome to what TV should be in this era. Welcome to Hot 7 TV, now on Flow Cable Channel 117.